down here is my Linux Mint server. It's basically a file server. Now, I have deployed Docker and stuff on here and just kind of dabbled into it a little bit. But I noticed it's been running awfully a little bit slow. Slower than normal. Well, it only has 8 gigabits of RAM. It's an iCore 3. It's an old Lenovo desktop from probably before 2015. I think it's time for an upgrade. And it's running HDD. I want solid state. Who uses HDD in these days? Probably server rooms. But nonetheless, it's time to rebuild my Linux Mint server the way I want it to be, with whatever parts I got laying around in the basement. So without further ado, get yourself very on, sit back, relax. We're going to go through the process of rebuilding my Linux Mint server. Let's go. Now what I got in my hands right here is a Dell Optiplex 5070. Now this is probably from 2018, 2019 period, but it still operates very, very well. This is currently what I'm using for my desktop with Windows 11 and all sorts of stuff on there. And it's got iCore 5, 9th generation. It's got 16 gigabits of RAM. I may bump it to 32 later on, depends on what all I want to do, like if I want to try hosting VMs and stuff on here. And it's going to do the job. It's already got solid state. I'm using the 250 gig solid state, the little microchip that's in there for the OS. And I've tossed in a 480 gigabit SSD for storage. I know that's small, but that's what I got at the moment, and we'll purchase a bigger one later on down the road. But man, memory's expensive. I tell you what, I want to get a 2 terabyte is what I really want, or at least 1 terabyte. But we'll get there eventually. We got to use the resources that we have. Now I do have to do some prep work with it. I still got to do some cleanup in it because it is kind of dirty inside. Put some new thermal paste on the processor chip and all that fun stuff. And we've already prepped this with the install of using Linux Mint, the latest version. But I did the Xfce version, the lightweight version, and we'll go over that right now. So before we get started building the server, we got to make sure we prep our ISO installer. And you'll need a thumb drive for this one. I did a 32 gig. I think you need at least 8 to do it, 16 to be safe, but I threw it on a 32 because it's what I had on hand. So this has already been prepped and ready to go, but I'll walk you through how to set this up in this video for the first episode. And then the next episode will go into the installation process, which I've set a camera in front of the monitor to do that recording. And we'll just basically commentary through the process on the next episode for the install. Hey, AJ from the future here. And just so you're aware, during the entire process of me rebuilding the server, I'm not sure how smooth I'm going to get these videos to pump out because, boy, did we run into some problems, but we got it all worked out. And I don't know whether to showcase all of that stuff or what. So the future episodes that I was looking at doing for the server rebuild is in limbo at the moment. But I'll work something out and figure something out. So just wanted to put that disclaimer as we do this video. Carry on. And then we'll get into the fun of setting up the server. So here we are at linuxmint.com. This is where you'll land at for the Linux Mint ISO file. Linux Mint 22.3 is the current version, the Xena version. The latest version of the friendly operating system is here. Install it on your computer today. So what is Linux Mint? Linux Mint is an operating system for desktop and laptop computers. It is designed to work out of the box. It comes fully equipped with the apps most people need for graphic design, productivity, multimedia, gaming, and web browsing. So all your necessities all right here, which is pretty sweet. It comes with some great stuff that you can use. I haven't fully used it, but it does come with some great stuff. I just dabbled into it. I mainly just SSH in or RDP in to do the terminal. So going over here to the downloads tab, you'll see the latest version right here. You'll click on that. It is recommended. Ready to download. Here's installation instructions. You got different versions here. You got the Cinnamon edition, which is the sleek, modern, innovative. The most popular version of Linux Mint is the Cinnamon edition. Cinnamon is the primarily developed for and by Linux Mint. It is slick, beautiful, and full of new features. You can click on the new features to scroll through. Got some troubleshooting tool notes here. More information about certain things that you can just scroll through for yourself to take a look at. Takes you through some of the settings, the setups and such here. And I like this right here. I'm excited for this right here because it doesn't look like what it is today for Windows, but it looks like Windows of old. So I do like the start menu right there. It looks like this. So it's pretty sweet. I'm excited for that. But the thing about it is when I installed the previous 21 version, okay, I did the full version of, going back here, the Cinnamon Edition version. I didn't do this. I did this one on the current server. And I struggle bust with RDPing into it. So what I've learned is if you do this Cinnamon Edition version, you'll have to set up some sort of Xfce stuff for it to work with RDP, because it likes to fight the RDP, because when I would go into the login screen for the RDP, it would connect and then it would just crash. So what I'm going to do for this new server is I'm going to do the Xfce edition. It's light, it's simple, it's efficient, as it states here. It's a lightweight version of it. So it's not resource heavy. So that's the one that I went with for this setup. You could do whatever you want. You could choose the Mate edition. Classic, traditional. Mate is a classic desktop environment. It is the continuation of GNOME 2, which was Linux Mint default desktop between 2006 and 2011. Look at the features here. See if it's anything different. I feel like this is all the same. And when you scroll through this, I think all the notes and stuff is the same. I don't understand it. But yeah, but it gave me a different style of desktop when I RDP into my Linux Mint server. It didn't look like what you see here on the screen. So I'm hoping when I do the Xfce edition, it's going to look like this and not what the other version looked like. If you see my previous videos when I remoted it in, you'll see the difference on there. I'm not going to showcase that right here today. Hey y'all, AJ from the future once again, and just kind of show you what I was talking about. This is the screen I was talking about that I got prior, and I still, with the new server, got this desktop. It is what it is. I'll work with it. I'll live with it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Back to the video. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to downloads here. So we're going to click download, and then it's going to take us to this page here where this is where you'll have to read. All right. It's integrity and authenticity. Anyone can produce a fake ISO images. It is your responsibility. It is your responsibility. Read that fine print, all right, before you do this. It is your responsibility to check you are downloading the official ones, all right? So it gives you step-by-step stuff how to do it. So what I have pulled open, I have this. I clicked on this one. I have that pulled open. We're going to verify this. This is the officials. This is what the notes tell you. This is the ones you want to look for. So this bottom one is the one I'm looking for, is the Xfce. Mate is in the middle, and then Cinnamon is at the top. What you're going to verify is the hash right here. Make sure all these are exactly the file that you download. Now I can tell you which one I did. That way you can bypass this process, and I know it works because I verified it myself. So when you click on verify, it's going to take you to this page. It's going to take you through just the Linux Mint, how you can verify if you already have Linux Mint. But then there's this little box down here where it shows right here the hint. If you're using Windows, follow the tutorial how to verify ISO image on Windows. Now I did this, all right? It was not very helpful for me. So what I did, I went to Copilot and I asked the question, how do I verify my Linux Mint ISO file on Windows 11? And it gave me the steps that I needed. So basically all I needed was this to be open, and I needed to make sure I picked out the one that I downloaded. So let me show you which one I downloaded. If you go here, scroll down, I did this one right here, the USA, kernel.org. This is the one I clicked on to download the ISO. So when you download the ISO, I'm going to put it in a separate folder. So I just threw a folder on my desktop, named it ISO, stuck the file into this folder here, and then I right-clicked, and then I did Open Terminal. This is how you're going to verify it, because it's going to take you directly to the folder where you're at. As you can see, this is where I'm at. This is where it's living at. So we need the command line. So here it is. Let me find it here real quick. Okay, we're going to move this over here. This is the Copilot. How do I verify the ISO file? It'll tell you right here on Windows 11, download the ISO. You want to open up this file here from the website, and then you're going to open up PowerShell in the folder containing the ISO that I demonstrated, and this is what you're going to copy right here. I'm just going to copy the code from here, drop this down, and I'm just going to paste it right here into the terminal screen of PowerShell, and I'm going to hit enter. And it's going to run the script to verify that we got the right ISO file. It's going to take a minute. It's going to take a hot minute. While we wait, hey, it's already done. Look at that. We'll take a beverage break for a moment. All right. So this is the hash right here you're going to look for. So let's minimize this, and let's go back to the browser. Get my terminal pop back up here. And we're basically just going to compare. So this is the, again, the Xfce file that I downloaded. So we're going to compare this hash with this hash right down here. And I know there's a lot of characters, but it looks legit to me. So proving that this is the right step, this is the right file, we're good to go to move on to the next, and that is prepping our flash drive. You're going to need Rufus for this. All right. So what you're going to need is an application called Rufus, because we've got to format the flash drive to what it needs to be. So basically all you got to do for this, it's already set for disk or ISO image, select your image, and hit start with the flash drive in your computer, of course. Now I'm not going to put it in the computer because I don't need to do it. It's already been done. And once that is completed, you are ready to install Linux Mint onto your machine. So we're going to stop there for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourselves a great day, and take care.